Alright, we're picking up with example 3 from Unit 1, Lesson 7 on transformations of quadratic graphs. We need to graph the equation negative 2x squared plus 4x plus 1, and let's see what we're going to do. So first thing we're going to do is rewrite the equation in vertex form. And like we did before, we're going to notice that the first two terms each have a factor of negative 2 and factor that negative 2 out. Notice when we do that, that this plus 4x, the positive sign, becomes a negative sign because negative 2 times negative 2 gives us the positive 4, and negative 2 times x squared gives us the negative 2x squared. Then we're going to look at the b value of negative 2. Cut that in half, that would be negative 1, and square it. That gives us positive 1. And remember that negative 2 times 1, that's negative 2. So we're putting negative 2 into the problem. That means we need to put positive 2 on the outside of the problem. So notice minus negative 2 times 1, that's actually positive 2. So we've balanced out the equation now. And then right in here, to simplify this perfect square, we'd have x minus the b over 2 value. B was negative 2, half of that is negative 1, so x minus 1 squared. All this stuff outside here, we have minus a negative, that's plus 2. 1 plus 2, that gives us the plus 3. So our equation is now in vertex form, and what we're going to use from this is the vertex. The vertex is h, comma, k. So from this you should see that h is 1 and k is 3. Here we go. Vertex is at 1, 3. The axis of symmetry will be x equals 1. A was negative 2, so that tells us the graph faces down. And when we move one space on either side of the axis of symmetry or the vertex, we would go down 2 spaces. So first the 1, 3, I would go over 1, up 3, right here. Then we are going to, let's make a our axis of symmetry line, which cuts through here. Then the negative 2 value of A tells me if I go 1 space to the left, I would go down 2 spaces. If I went 1 space to the right, I would go down 2 spaces. And then I just draw my graph through the 3 dots that I have created. And I've got the graph of the equation, and now the equation is also in vertex form. Okay, here's one for you guys to check on your own. You need to graph 3x squared plus 12x plus 8. Remember, you need to put it in vertex form first, and then use vertex form to find the vertex and the a value, and figure out if the graph is going to face up or down, and if the graph is stretched, so it's skinnier, or if it's compressed, which means it would be made wider. Pause the video as long as you need. When you have your answer, come on back and advance to the next slide. And our answer this time is B. The vertex for this one was negative 2, negative 4. And the a value is 3, which tells me if I go over 1, I would go up 3 spaces. Let me just put those dots on here. Negative 2, negative 4, and then over 1, up 3 would be right here. And then over 1 to the other side, and up 3 would be right here. Alright, that is the end of Unit 1, Lesson 7.